everyone, it's Kristen from the Wreath and we are working with the cutest little bunny. Ooh, 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 ooh. From Barbara by Princess BS Boutique. And I got my mesh curls cut. Kind of just like, I had this all planned out and then I changed my mind last minute. So I kind of just threw a bunch of stuff together and I'm hoping for the best. But I think it's going to turn out good. So you got your curl. I don't measure, I just pull and cut. And then you take your ends, curled in a little bit. Same thing with that one a little bit. And then you just smush it together. And I find it easier to just put up against my chest and push it together. There is no wrong or right way to do it, guys. I've got a 24-inch pine base and it is smushed into an oval. This is one of those sim pottery bases, and I'm not a big fan of this one, but we're gonna make it work. I do wish it was a little longer. I have smushed it. I guess I could try smushing it again. Maybe that'll help a little bit. So that's how I do it. I manhandle it. Anywho, how's everybody doing today? Did y'all hear about that Texas dust storm? Billy, he had to go run some errands this morning, and he comes in, and he's like, something weird happened last night. He's like, so it rained, but it rained dirt, and we hadn't heard of this Texas dust storm yet. And he was like freaking out about it. I'm like, well, the truck must have been really dirty, and it rained and just, collected like that. Of course, I'm thinking something logical, and Billy is the most logical, rational person I know. So I thought, since he was a little freaked out about it, maybe there's something to it. Turns out there is something to it. There was the Texas dust storm, and I guess it carried it all the way up here. So it rained dirt, y'all. How about that? I just have a bunch of random cut. Uh-oh, I got a split now. A bunch of colors cut. Just colors I'm pulling from the bunny. You may have seen a couple of things that I shared from Wreath by Waldo, like the basket, the bunny centerpiece, planter thing and whatnot. I got all that stuff prepped last night with gaps and cracks, and I got it all over me. I can't get it off. It's really hard to get that stuff off. So anywho, that stuff is prepped and ready for a design. I just have to figure out what I want to do, y'all. I actually need to get a little more gaps and cracks because some more stuff just came today and I'm going to need some for it. So with these thicker mesh, like this one and that one is kind of thick, you don't need to make your curls as big with those. I personally don't think you need to, but again, everybody does things a little differently. And then I'm going to get one more curl in, guys, and then I'm going to finish out the top. Not the top, the sides. Some people don't even add mesh to the sides, so I like to. I like to try to cover up as much pine as I can. I like the support it gives, coverage. Sometimes it gives you some extra length and width, and I want that with this for sure. See you in a second. I got my curls up top. I'm kind of tempted just to do some small poofs in the center. What do I want to do? But when you do poofs, sometimes it makes it hard to get filler in. So that's what I'm kind of thinking, maybe just to be safe, to do curls. However, when you do poofs, it's easier to get pieces to lay flat or however you want them to lay. So it's kind of like they both have their perk. I'm just going to go ahead and add that right there. So this reframe is a little different. Recommend getting it from Burlap and Bling. And then the next best thing really is the one from Hobby Lobby. Of course, you can't get those right now, so I just recommend using Burlap and Bling. You can use my code or any code that you may have. So I just pull and cut. Pull and cut. And honestly, the easiest way to cut mesh is to pull like that where it comes towards you and cut. But it feels weird to me. But that's the easiest way to do it. But it just, it feels weird. Okay, let's get a couple more curls in. You've already seen what I've done with those two. I'm just going to keep on doing it that way throughout the whole wreath. Hopefully the mesh curls will kind of fill in the center and give the bunny enough support. If it doesn't, I can add a curl in the middle. Okay, mesh is in, and we're going to get some of our filler in. I have a wide variety. Some is the same filler, just a different color. For example, these are the same filler, just two different colors. These are the same, two different colors. This is very similar to the one I just showed, and then I have the mixed meadow spray. So a little bit of all the colors. I'm going to start off with these. All this filler is from Emily's shop. And if you see something that's on a wait list, add yourself to the wait list, because someone may not have checked out, and then it'll automatically go into your cart. Or get notified, you know, when restocked. Now these little foam pieces, it's not necessary for you to cut them out. These right here, I just don't like them, so I cut them out. Sometimes I even leave one behind one of the wires that the foam pieces are on, and then wrap it down here to make sure nothing falls out. So sometimes those will fall apart when you cut them down to 3 sections, which that's how much is on one. You pull it apart, you get 3 sections. And you typically pull those 2 bottom ones down. And what I like to do with these, and I'm probably going to do, is I like to cut the flowers out and add those in later, more towards the top. Since I only have one of these colors, and there's no other purple really that I can bring in up top, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I don't need to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. So I cut those little purple flowers away, and I'm going to put them to the side, just so I can get some of that up top. Cut that bottom down. Again, you can leave those foam pieces if you want, or cut them away. I've got enough filler where I can afford to cut them away. I lost a little flower, so I'll just stick that with the other bundle. But if you don't have enough filler, keep those foam pieces in there. It's just really personal preference, y'all. Sometimes you can't clip the flowers away because it'll all fall apart. If it's like that, leave it in there. These are all just little steps that I like to do that are not necessary. Okay, let's see. This might be one of those that you can't clip away. That one, it's really short, so I'm just going to leave it in there because it'll probably fall apart on me. And just clip that one. Now to you, this is the only blue floral, so I'm going to do the same thing. And it really helps in the end when you get those colors up top, or you need a little extra filler at some point. Personal preference. And then you got these to add. Oh, alright, turn that one down. Cut them down too short, they'll fall apart. And some people like to cut them down even more. And if you like that, that's great. Get those flowers. Because all that stuff's going to get hidden, you know. Again, I know it's time consuming, and you don't have to do it. Let's start adding them. These are probably going to just be like on the edges, and the other florals up top because they're prettier. And where this wreath thing is a little just weird, pieces may not lay the way I want. Those little branches in there, the little vines, you could twist them or cut them out. Save this one for up here since it's the last one of that color. this one up here. Now, I know I've got some pieces up that are going to be in this area that I do want to lay kind of flush. Can't even see where the stems are. Go to the white. Ooh. The orange one has really long pieces on it. This is the mixed meadow. I think she has it right now in pink, which would be perfect for this. I almost pulled the pink one. I wanted to save that for something else, but I am using the orange. Okay, so you got your section. There's this thick stem within that bundle. You can go ahead and clip that away and make it into two. You could clip these again as well if you wanted. I'm putting the pieces that I'm cutting away in one pile together and the other in a pile together. Since these are much longer, but these have little flowers on them, that would be great for up top. Let me see you. Yeah, I'm going to use these on the sides. Open it up a little bit, bring the flower forward, take you up here. And I very well may just put, oh, no wonder my glue gun's on high. I very well may save those long pieces that I clipped away and put them in the pile with the flowers I clipped away with the first one, just so I have some orange I can bring to the top. I'll just put them over there for now. These have a little foam in them, but I don't mind them. This is going to be really good for right there. Basically, just want to get the sides going, filled in before I start adding stuff up top. Okay, I'm going to save those other ones for the moment at least. I'm going to grab the cream. I think it has 5 sections to it. Just open it up, start off from the main stem, and wherever it shoots off, just pull it away, and you can see each little area you can cut away. And I know these can be cut, each piece can be cut again. The more you cut it, the further it goes. Okay, this is one of those sections, and I'm just looking for a thicker stem in there. This is about as thick as it gets. This one right here, it's got a little bit of berries, one little flower, and a little leaf. Looks like it's the thickest piece in there and the longest. I'm just going to clip that away. That's the longest one. These are like my favorite filler. I love them so much. I think we use the mixed meadow with the mushroom wreath. I don't know if you guys have seen that yet. I don't think you have, but we use those with the mushroom wreath. Okay, so we got a little pile with the longer ones, and then we got these shorter ones. I don't want my edges, my sides to get wider than they are. I mean, a little bit, obviously, to fill it in, but I want to keep the oval shape, so I'm going to take these shorter ones and go over on the edges. Where can we use you? Let's go right here, right next to it. Some pieces may be a little different, but they're all about the same. You know what? I'm going to take you right here. It's really easy to forget about the edges and to focus up top. So I try to make sure I fill in the edges before I go too much up top. Because it's really easy to forget. Not that you have to put a whole lot on the edges. And bust into our yellow one. You know what? Take that back. Let's grab these. Let's grab these. Because these are long and they'll reach those little areas that need to be filled in. I'm sorry. Let's do that before we crack into any more colored pieces. Because I want those colors more up, you know, up top. Liven it up. I'm just taking a little bit of length away from the bottom. About an inch. You trim away as much as you want. Let's see, we need something right here. Need something right here. And down there. So I'm going to take this one down there because it needs it there more. I like to have my bottom filled in. So that is all of the cream bush. So I do want to get a little bit of filler in before putting the attachment in, but not too much because I don't want to waste filler in behind the bunny. Which side's going to be my top and what side's going to be my bottom? I need to figure that out first. He's going to be about right there. Okay, get your ties ready on the back. There's 2 sets of ties. You probably could glue this if you wanted because it is pretty lightweight, but I would recommend at least using 1 set of the ties. Okay, find your placement that you want. And I'm going to be using a clock pick, the big one. Anywho, I'm going to get my clock pick ready too. I'm not going to cut away a whole lot of stem, about half of it, because it may need to go past the wreath. So I'm going to go ahead and get it in its place as well. That way I'm sure of where I'm attaching the bunny. So he is going past the wreath a little bit, his ears. So you can see about how high up he is. So I'm just going to take those ties. Let's do the bottom ones first, actually, because we might be able to get away with just using the bottom set. You just run them through to the other side. You can either take them and tie them off to around the reframe, or well, where's that other one? You can twist them off with fine tie, and then of course add some glue too. Should be fairly easy to get those ties to go through in this area, but the mesh might be in the way. Make it nice and tight. I got one in there, now I'm trying to get the other one. And those other ones you can't even see. Get some glue around him, and I'm going to try to work that glue back, just in case if I want to put anything like around him or close up next to him, I'm not gluing off that space. Oopsie. Put my little clippers on there. Make sure he's straight. And then we're going to start off with the other filler. Big old carrots from Emily's shop. They're, what do you call that? This is frizzy carrot spray, but the type of material, I can't think of what it's called. Foil, like the foil type stuff. Anywho, we get those in, our lollipops in, and then finish out everything else around them. Get our yellow bush ready. Granted, my clippers are kind of occupied right now, but I'll go ahead and open that up. Do the same thing with this one. After we get the lollipops in, we can finish adding any little pieces of the florals that we cut away. We gotta glue our clock in too. A lot of fun pieces. It's going to be easy peasy, y'all. Yellow one. I need to add the clippers that I use to my link tree for you guys. They will save your life. They will change your life, y'all. I can't even imagine going back to the old clippers I used, and I have been through like a gazillion different ones, and nothing compares to these. Looking for that longer one, and I'm going to put it with the pile of the others. And I'm going to do that to each yellow one. And you know what? I'll do the rest by myself. So let's go to the pink and see how it's cut, and I'll do that by myself too. So yeah, it's like the same thing pretty much, but it has the two little fern pieces and a flower. So it's the thickest stem in that little batch and the longest one. So put those together. Okay, I'm going to do that to the rest of the yellow and the rest of the pink. Let's start adding a bigger bundle, not the longer one, but the bigger one. And we'll probably use the longer ones for the edge area and stuff. Just put it in there and open it up. These shorter ones aren't going to take away from Mr. Bunny or the lollies or the clocks. Oh, you know what? We can't forget about our eggs too. We gotta get our eggs in, y'all. Because I don't want to take away, I don't want to take up the space where the eggs are going to go. I have 2 checkered eggs that are from At Home. I thought they were just going to be plastic. They're not. I think they might be like ceramic. They have a little bit of weight to them, but that doesn't mean they can't be used. So you can get them online or in store. I think they might actually be sold out online, but I could be wrong. Anywho, I got mine in store. And or you could take any egg that you have and wrap it in checkered fabric. Actually, if I had a checkered fabric, that's what I would have done. I even thought about using one of my checkered shirts. Anywho, and I'm just grabbing pink or yellow. Anyway, so, or you can just use any regular egg. It doesn't matter. So I do have a regular egg as well. I just don't know if I'm going to use it. I gotta get that clock glued in, y'all. And that, I'm going to have to move some of that over because it's taking over just a little too much. I do need to get my eggs in like for real, y'all. Let's glue that clock. Pulling out a little bit and back in so that glue gets all along that stem. Just trying to keep where we know pieces are going to go in mind. So like I know a lollipop's going to go here, a lollipop's going to go here, eggs, eggs, bow. So just try to keep all that in mind where you want to place certain pieces. I'm going to take some to the edges. Yellow. We definitely used enough filler. So there's one, oh, there's 2 pink left. So I'm going to take it in behind the bunny. Yep. Maybe some of it will show behind the bunny and maybe a little bit towards the clock. And then there's one left. Let's go right there. So let's grab some of our other flowers that we cut away. The orange. So we got the orange. And you could even cut these again if you wanted. There's that big old thick stem. You could straight cut it away. I really want some of this to show in the end. Try to get one right there. As long as I get a little pop of it. Let's bring you right over here. You get our lollipops in. Like, I really want to go ahead and get my eggs in. But if I do that and then add the rest of that florals, it might take over. Now the lollipops, they're kind of big, so we don't really have to worry about that. But the eggs, that's another story. These are like my favorite Easter lollipops, y'all. So, bend that stem a little bit, support it at the bottom. And I'm leaving that stem for a couple reasons. Security, and two, if I want to go past the design, I have the link from the stem to do it. Like if I wanted to go past, I can do it, which is kind of what I'm thinking down here. Again, y'all, this is kind of like thrown together last minute, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. This one needs to be cut down a little bit. You can always take it away, but you can't put it back. I mean, I guess you could if you made a stem. It's also going to make it a little bigger. I'm going to go ahead and get glue on this one because I'm happy with it. And then try to fix this one. It's not exactly where I want it, but it's close enough. And another carrot we're going to be using is this velvet pom-pom. Really cool carrot. I thought I had ordered the other one as well. It's been like a month ago, I can't remember. So anywho, but it goes really well with it along with those other carrots. So we're going to have carrots. If I didn't say, I think I did. These are from Burlap and Bling. Let's finish out our filler and then we're going to get our eggs in. So let's finish it out. I'm really antsy to get those eggs in, but I'm afraid if I do it now, they'll be covered. So these, they do have a little bit of extra stem on the bottom that most are not going to need. So the easiest way to trim them is just to line them all up and trim them at once. Don't cut them too short though. I'll get those in a minute. And the blue, the aqua, and the purple will go in after. I'll probably do that after I get the eggs in. Emily also has a, I'm going to call it a pom-pom spray filler bush that you could use for your filler with this. It would go really well with it. I thought about using it as well, like along with what else I'm using. But then I was like, if I use it, I'm going to have to order more, and then I won't have it in time for what I want it for. So I'm kind of in a rush to get certain things done. I mean, Easter will be here before you know it, y'all. Oh, I trimmed that one too short, and the flower broke away. It's okay. It's okay. There's any little areas on the edges you see, go ahead and get them. Let's go up here. It's hard to see up here. And we still got a few left. You can find Barbara, Princess BS Boutique, via Etsy for the bunny. If you're like seeing this through YouTube or whatever, tell Barbara that Kristen referred you for the bunny or the Wreath bunny. That works too. Of course, you can customize the bunny. And another one of my favorite attachment makers is Alex from Shop Vior. I absolutely love her work. Michelle from M&B Creations. She's good too. There's quite a few like a good attachment makers. Those are my favorites. So we got all of that filler in. We just have the blue and purple flowers clipped away, but I want to get my eggs, carrots, whatever else I'm going to use in first. The big carrots really, they don't matter to go in before or after since they're so big. I'm excited. I'm not really sure how I'm going to put the carrot in down here, y'all. Up there will be easy because I can just use the stem. Down here, I might have to actually glue the carrot. This is a big carrot, y'all. I think I want to do something like, I know that'll need to be trimmed again. There. I wanted to go up a little bit more. So maybe like there. And then, how am I going to do you down here? Could bend that stem back and work it up in there. I do want it sticking out. It's pretty good right there, like that. I like that. I think I want to move it just a little bit though, y'all. Everything's glued and it's making it hard to get in where I want to go in. There we go. That's better. So when I lift it up, it's probably going to hang. So I'll have to get some glue or maybe even take a tie and twist it off down there, you know. But I'm pretty happy with that. Let me go up here real quick. Let's do it. It'd be really cool if I could have that one sticking out like that. I got butterflies. The butterflies I'll be using, you can find through my Linktree link. And you'll see like I have Amazon collections. I'm slowly working on it, y'all. I'm like really new to it. But it'll have links to like all my favorites from Burlap and Ling. My code, you know, same thing with Emily. And then like my Amazon favorites and stuff like that. My Etsy link shop. I do have that link attached to YouTube now, Facebook, and Instagram. I think I have it on YouTube at least. Okay, I like that. So I either have to tie it in. See, can I bend you and make you try to go up? All right. Did I get glue on that one up there? I don't think I did I? Eggs. Let's go to our eggs. Where do we want to put them? So I'm thinking like one there. Again, these are from At Home, and I think they are ceramic. But they're not heavy enough to where you can't put them in a wreath. And then this, I gotta get this hanger off. I would definitely put something on that to hide that because that's ugly. But you don't have to. We're just going to do it. Oh, and I am trusting glue will do the work for this egg. And I want to add a lot of it. And probably go back in there as well. I'm just going to go right here next to him. And this one's up a little bit higher. A nice little dip in there too, a little pocket it can kind of get a hold of. Let's do the same thing to this one. Just trying to find the best looking side. Let's do it. Sorry, I get caught up on placement sometimes, and I just gotta try all the different ones, but honestly, we'll make sure I go over everything with you. I think I wanted to go right here. And then this one right here. And we'll put something on top of it. This is super lightweight. And y'all, now the stores are putting eggs out too, and I know Burlap and Bling has eggs. I always take one of the little flowers. Let's see, where's that one that I just randomly lost before I ever even clipped them? That's weird. I was just going to take it and stick it right in that egg. Maybe I'll come across it once I start adding the others. Okay. Let's go to this. This is a really important piece. Like when I first got the bunny, this was one thing I had already had in my cart and was contemplating on getting, and I knew immediately it would go really well with it. It would match and it would brighten it up. Give it some pizzazz. And Burlap and Bling has them now. Hopefully I didn't cut those too short. So I'm thinking I have one. Let's just lay there and see what it look like there. And I kind of want this one up here. I just don't want to like cover up other pieces, you know. Okay, so I like this one over here for sure. I'm going to go ahead and trim that down just a little bit, but not too much. This too is from Emily's shop. I thought if we wanted to tone it down with some regular carrots, we could use those. Okay, so we've got all of our main focal pieces in, so now we can finish filling in any area, brighten stuff up, break colors up, if anything's covering any particular thing up, rework it, whatever you gotta do, and then you see it a little bit better. Or cut it and re-add it. Like I think I'm gonna cut that flower and re-add it. And that right there, that too. Because I feel like it's either going to cover up the egg or the bunny face. So any area that's just a little too long, cut it and re-add it. Right. And then you could just twist that up if you wanted. And it can go right back in the same place, but it's just a little shorter, you know. Our other little filler pieces for a little pop of color. Definitely want these to be seen. I'm gonna flip this. Oh, let's take this purple one and go. I want to go right there. Is there a short blue? Yes. Take that short blue and go right in here. Pop with his eyes. Over here, right there. Oh! Well, what do you know? There's that little one I was talking about, and it had a purple one with it. Yay. Oh, I'm going to have to go blow my nose out. My nose keeps running. And I found a purple flower on the ground. Go figure. Let's put it right here. And then we already had the other one with this, and I was talking about putting it right there on top of it. cut it down. Let's see. Yeah, why not? Doesn't really have anything to hold onto in there, but get a little bit of glue on the edges as you're going in, and it should take. I see a couple little areas on the edges that could use a little bit more too. Like over here, and same thing, a little something on the edge right here. And you know what, I don't think that will reach, so let's put you right here, sticking out. I'm going to take this blue one back here because I think the blue one will reach right between the lollipop and the clock. We need a little something there. There we go. All right, so it's just a little bit of color, but now you get it up top, and it does make a difference, y'all. I'm running out of energy, y'all. It's very hard talking to yourself and designing for however long it takes you. It wears you out quickly. It's okay, I come prepared. All right, so I do have some glitter sprays, orange and pink and yellow. Got a little bit of those. I think one of each will be plenty. Oh, I have purple mushrooms too. These are from Michael's. They would match. Don't know if I'll use them. And then I have this as well from Emily's shop. We'll see. Glitter spray time. It's got 3 sections, and all I do is find, it's not going to be equal on both sides, but a place where you can cut it, and you get like that. Put that shorter one over there. I'll do that to each one. Like I said, each one's going to be different. You can either cut from the top or from the bottom. You can even cut it again, y'all. I guess I'm just going to cut it in the same place. I'm kind of tempted to ditch the yellow and just stick with the orange and pink. Ditch the yellow for just now, for now. You can get these fish line sprays in Emily's shop. And you can use whatever colors you want. Good thing about this bunny is it has like just about every color you can think of in it. So you could really shake it up however you want it. Add the longer chunks first. Use those for the top and bottom, and the shorter ones for the edges. And you could totally cut these one more time if you wanted. This baby's going to be loaded down, y'all. Let's get an orange in behind him. There we go. I don't know if I can get it to go in over here. Ha. I think I can. I think I can. And let's get one in over here behind the clock. Really like beside the clock. That definitely needs to go in a little deeper. Top and bottom. Check, check, check. Okay, let's get a pink on the side over here. And a pink over here. I don't want a whole lot of the glitter spray. This is just a little extra added touch. Hopefully we can get it all the way up. Not sure. I do have 2 of each color, so if I have to pull another one I can, but I don't want to. I'm just alternating the colors. Oh, I need a glue stick. You know, at certain points, when you've added so much, it starts to get hard to get your pieces to go in because there's glue there, you know. Alright, we got 1 piece left. I don't think we managed to get everywhere that I want, but hopefully this last little one right here will be enough. You can see I've left this space kind of, you know, bare because I want that space for my bow, and I don't want to put a bunch of pretty stuff that's going to get covered up. So get your ribbons, whatever you want to use, and let's make our bow. Ribbon time. Okay, these are the ribbons I'm using. I think they're let's see, these are 1 inch. Oh, they're all 1 inch. Well, I would have thought these are smaller. So it's all 1 inch ribbon. I want to start off orange or pink. Ooh, maybe we should do plain checkered, plain checkered. That way it breaks up the checkered a little bit. Let's do that. So we'll start off with the orange. Measure how long I want my tail to be. I want to make sure it's long enough, which was whatever area I want to put it in. And I think we're going to do 2 loops of each color. I got to make sure my loops don't get too big to where they're going to cover up the stuff, and I think that might be too big, so I'm going to hold it up and try to get an idea. Maybe bring it in just a little bit more. It's about 7.5 each side. This one next. Long tail. I'm a huge fan of checkered ribbon, checkered anything really. Okay, last one. We might have to add an extra tail somewhere in the middle, but I'm not sure yet. Let's see. One last check. I'm gonna do it. Get a zip tie, pipe cleaner, floor wire, whatever, and tie it off. I like to fluff it a little bit too before tying it off. I normally do that in my hands, but you can do it beforehand too. Okay, get your tie and tie your bow off, and we're gonna add it. It's time to go in, and we'll run it just like I did the hanger from on the attachment. Run it through there. I hope there's enough mesh to support the bow without it going in too much. I do want it to go in just a little bit so it doesn't take over, you know, the eggs and the bunny and whatnot. But not too much. Just trying to find a tie to twist it off with. There we go. Okay, I think that worked. Before I cut them, I want to make sure I like where they're laying and how long I want them to be. You know, because they're still, some of them are still attached to the roll. Where's my scissors? My go ahead and cut this one. It's pretty long. Same thing. And same thing. Oh, and same thing. Those are all pretty long, and if I need to add another tail, I can. Alright, y'all, well, this bow, I've been having trouble with it. I think it's because it doesn't have a really great wire, these. So, I don't know what to do. I've been trying to get them to stand up. And this is about as best as I can get it. So, y'all, I do think it needs one more tail over here. So I got one orange tail over here, followed by a yellow, green, pink underneath it, orange beside it underneath, yellow up top, pink over here, and then green. I'm thinking about bringing it maybe over here in between those, and then adding another curl out here. I think these are going to do better if they're kind of lifted. As much as I don't want to cover up stuff, I think they're going to do better that way. Let's take this. Let's see if I can kind of tuck it a little bit so it doesn't cover up the carrots as much. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, I'm going to do that. And I don't want to hide the egg. I guess I could just tuck it over here, or leave it be. It's fine. You don't have to tuck it, but I'm going to leave it like that. Let's see. These are fine. So yeah, we just need something right here. And that can kind of just be propped up by that other tail over there. That's fine. So we got to put one more tail right here. Just grab the orange or pink, since that holds up the best. We could probably add another loop too, really. Make a loop, twist it off. I need to make it a little bigger, because when you pull it in, when you tie it off, it's going to pull it in. I hate when ribbons don't do what you want them to do, especially when you really love them and they're inexpensive. I just tied it off, and I'm going to go in to try to work my way underneath the bow. Okay, fluff it up. Better. All right, so it'll be like probably like right in there, so it needs to be a little shorter than that one, and I'm just slanting them. Okay, y'all, I think that's going to be it on the ribbon. I might undo that one and kind of let it do its thing over here, but if not, we'll just do that. The few things I really want to get in, which would be the mushrooms, maybe the curly spray. Purple mushroom, pink mushroom. I think the purple mushroom actually would be a nice little pop. Trim this, and I'm going to see if I think the purple will look better, or if the green will look better up here. And then the rest, how are you? What in the world? Oh, I think I might have had an extra mushrooms piece left over from something, and I wrapped it on there. I think there's only 6, so this might be like an extra. And this is the difference of it. Definitely need some other colors to help break up some of these other pieces. We got the purple mushroom in. Did I get glue on you? I don't think I did I? I came really, really, really close to using a blue checkered ribbon to match like his eyes, but I was like, Billy, come here, tell me, what do you think? And he was like, no, leave it. Okay. These aren't bad, they just don't want to hold up well. So you might have to like glue them propped up. So we definitely don't want to add a whole lot of the same colors. I would love to get that in there, so I'm going to keep it as an option over here. We have our other carrot spray. I'm going to use it to keep going with that carrot flow. This area right here keeps screaming at me. Right here. I really need something there. I'm going to cut that a little bit. And I think that solid orange is going to help break up some of those colors. There we go. And that carrot's growing out everywhere. Right up in here. I think that would be cute. This will really make it pop, and I want it to find its place before everything else. I don't know if I can manage to get 2 long stems with this. I'm just pinching and pulling. Might as well just pull it. This is from Burlap and Bling, and they have it in other colors. I have pink as well, but I think green will be really nice with this. Make sure it will fit first. Hopefully it won't be hidden. Let's see if I could get one right in there. And then the other one, probably take it over here. Since there's so much stuff everywhere else, you know, it makes sense taking it right there. And you can twist these and change the shape like I just did. I just pulled the center, give it some depth like that, you know. Do the same thing over here. Just pull it forward. Let's do it. This is from Emily's shop. Getting stem here by pinching it and rolling down. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these 2 right here that are still together, and I'm going to go right in here. And I think it'll not only fill in some of that space, I think it'll help prop, ooh, that's sharp, prop up that ribbon tail. I'm doing it. You could even bring one of those in towards the center of the bow. Why not? I'm not going to mess with it anymore once I get this. I could use another one right there. I want to get one right there. Move it over a little bit so it doesn't like take over the bunny. There's one left. We need to balance it somewhere over here. Really, you should always do your stuff like in the triangle method, the 3, 5, and 7. But I think it's okay with this time. Oh no, I got a big glob of glue from it. The glue gun. Gross. Okay, let's see. Y'all, I think that is it. I need to do something with this, and I think bring it over here like I did with the green one. And just tucking it. Let's look at it. Buff it up a little bit, of course. Yeah, that'll work. All of the tails slanting it. I think that will be the longest one, second longest one. Again, second longest way, longest one, and then goes up. You don't have to do them all that way, but that's how I like to do it. That's a good length for there. If any filler is not there, you could use this one in her shop, but I think all the fillers I used are in stock, but if not, this is a great one. I know it's in stock. This would be perfect for it. Let's see. If you can't find the mushrooms in her shop, Burlap and Bling has them. Emily has the clock. Emily has lollipops. Emily has carrots. Eggs, you can choose how you want to go about with that. Emily has this in her shop. This is from Burlap and Bling. Mentioning I'm going to kind of bring them out a little bit more. I want them to be seen. And yeah, I think that covers everything. Let's go to his ears real quick. I might want to adjust his ears. Let's see. Maybe, can you bend them? Yes, you can. They're very cute the way they are, but I wouldn't mind having maybe one up a little bit higher. That one brought back a little bit. Trying to make sure I don't like mess it up. There we go. And yeah, get some glue behind your bow. Let me show you. It's pretty heavy, but those eggs are like ceramic, so. Ooh. Super cool. Alright guys, I hope you love it. Barbara from Princess BS Boutique, and that's it, y'all. Woo! I am such a doofus. I forgot the butterflies. So you don't have to use all of the butterflies. I doubt I'll use all the butterflies. These butterflies are from Amazon. You can find them on my link tree. It'll take you directly to them. So I just have a couple different ones. We want to add one on the clock. Which color do we want to add on the clock? We want to add one maybe on the egg. That egg maybe. Oh, or on the lollipop. Let's put this one. I'm going to cut that down just a little bit. Let's put it down here. Dang it, I hate my glue gun collects those big globs of glue. Luckily you won't see that. Let's put one right there. That'll help that stand up too. And let's take this one. How am I going to put you on the clock? Oh, maybe I could just trim it down and puncture the clock a little bit because it is foam. Which one do I want to put up there, y'all? Purple? Really? Should I do purple or this one?
Either or. That's hard to say.
Actually, I'm going to go with purple.
Comes down to a matter of preference.
Yeah. I don't want that much wire. Really, I should do it probably up there. There we go. We got a butterfly there. So we got one there. That's cute. Ah! And let's put one down here. Right on the lollipop. You can just trim that wire all the way up off. Maybe leave just a little bit. And let's glue it right there. I knew there was something I was forgetting, y'all. Right there, just like that. Let's go right over here. Right, just like that. Alright, guys. Yay! Butterflies! Alright, until next time. Bye! Guys, so I just hung this up to get out of the way, and I noticed it needs a little something right here. It's just something I couldn't tell when it was on the table, and I'm going to just use a little more ribbon for that. I didn't want you guys to not know this, So I'm just going to take it, pinch it. I'll give it a decent tail on that side. And I'm going to come in over here and just fill for a pine tie. And that big old carrot that I was worried about holding up or not, it's actually holding up pretty well. We just need a little something over here, and instead of using more filler, just grabbing a little more ribbon would work. Now I just gotta find a pine tie, and I can't find one, so guess what? I'll just grab a pipe cleaner, attach it, and go in. I'm dying, y'all. I'm roasting. And you just do the same thing. Take your tie through the back, however you need to get it through there. Fill for it on the other side. All right, I got it. My scissors. Just slant it. Oh, that's better. Honestly, it probably could use another glitter spray too. I'm going to grab a orange one. I'm going to cut it real quick. Same way. All right, I got my bigger pieces. Let's come in over here. I miss doing designs on the easel. It just tends to be a lot of work moving things around, and it could be a pain, y'all. I think a major pain. Okay, that one didn't go in quite the way I wanted. I should have used a shorter one for over there, but that's okay. Because we still have a longer one, and we can just make it a little longer in here. Okay, and then we got 3 short ones. One right over here. Try not to get in the way. We really need one up and behind the lollipop, coming past it. Was that the one I just stuck in there? It was, wasn't it? We gotta redo that. That one should have gone down there, but I'm gonna take it right there. And then I'll just take one of the shorter ones and put it where I just put the other one. Oh, or where I just took the other one, I mean. Okay, then the last one, and this is still long. Let's see, how can we go in where it's not going to stick out so much? Because if it sticks out too much, then it looks like you got to fill in more area. I don't know if that worked or not, but let's give it a look-see. Yeah, that's better. Oh yes, that's much better. Yay! So, just one more glitter spray and a little ribbon tail. Yay! Alright guys, I wanted to share that with you. It's much better. Oh, okay. Alright guys, I didn't want you to miss it, and hope you don't mind. And until next time.